Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel, Hume's Little Homestead. I'm Katie, my husband is Ryan, and we are growing our family and building our little homestead. Today I'm going to be cleaning up where my rhubarb is and weeding it and fertilizing it with rabbit poo. Rabbit manure, I guess, is the more technical term. I'm also going to be cleaning up where my sunchokes were. They're starting to pop up. And I'm going to be pruning my peach trees. Our peach trees are not... I have one peach tree that's like from the store, but our other peach trees are peach trees that we planted from seed. So it's a total experiment if they're even ever going to produce fruit, but it's been really fun. And we've had them for a year and a half now. We planted them last year, like 2 years ago. I don't know. I'll have to look back and find, but it was like a year and a half ago to 2 years ago that we stratified the seeds in the fridge for 6 to 8 weeks, and then they started sprouting, and then we planted them in the house. And then so yeah, it was a year and a half ago, because then last year we planted them outside in the springtime, and they totally grew all summer and did really well. And they overwintered this year, which was super exciting. And they have a lot of side shoots growing, so I'm going to narrow it down to like 2 to 3 branches growing upwards so that I can get my trees to grow straight. So pretty exciting things going on today. Here's the rhubarb. Has some yellow spotting on it. I don't know if it's just because it got kind of cold, but the way it grows is so amazing. It has this little stem in the very center. It's really cool. So I'm going to be getting out all these weeds today, right here in between them, because I have 2 rhubarb plants planted here. And I'm hoping that they'll just like multiply and take up this entire corner. So I'm going to be getting out all the grass and all the weeds with a shovel, very carefully, and then I'm going to be mulching. And Tractor Supply did not have any regular mulch, so I just got straw. And I don't know. I'm not liking the straw because it is sprouting on me, but it's what I have to work with, and I think it'll work just fine. And then here's the sunchokes. We cut them down. We were supposed to do it in the fall, but we did it this spring because in the fall I just got tired, I guess. But they're starting to sprout up again. I didn't harvest them last year because I just wanted them to overwinter and produce more tubers. So this year hopefully I'll try and harvest them and see how they taste, and I can have a review for you guys on that. They're supposed to be similar to potatoes but not have the starch that potatoes have. These are also called Jerusalem artichokes, and they are really pretty. They get really tall and produce these really pretty flowers. They're in the sunflower family, so really cool. This will be my pepper bed too. So I have a lot to do in here. As you can see, the grass has just taken over, but it'll be okay. And I am worried that millions of marigold seeds got spread in here, so I'll have to be dealing with that too. But the marigolds I love to help keep away pest insects. Pest insects don't like them very much. Anyway, this is the perfect space for peppers because this fence here shades them in the afternoon, and they get perfectly full strength sun in the morning, and then they get shaded in the afternoon, and that's what they need. They need about 6 to 8 hours of full sun, but then they need to be shaded in the afternoon. So it's pretty cool that this little space has worked so well for us, and I finally figured out what I was doing wrong with peppers. Let's pop in and see the baby chicks really fast. They're so cute. So they're 2 days old now, and the mom is doing very well with them. It was a little bummer that we only got 2 chicks, but they're doing well, so I guess it's okay. I decided to fill this up with water so that I could check on them because they're flipping so much hay into this that it's kind of getting yucky. So I just quickly rinse it out. Every couple of hours I come out here and make sure. Just get it out like that. I think I'll put it over here. Maybe she won't flip so much on it. Outside of their coop. Because they're getting big enough to hop around now. Anyway, there's the chicks. They are doing well. Speaking of chicks though, the last 2 eggs I left in the incubator until today, and I candled them last night and they just are not developing anymore. I can tell that they have also died. So when she abandoned them, they definitely died. So yeah, so I'm just going to be tossing those out today. All right, let's go see the peach trees. This is what I'm just so excited. Oh, and I saw at least one of the cherry trees is coming back, so that's really exciting. A friend gave us cherry trees last year that had just sprouted up from her, like the mother tree. And so I got one of those cherry trees. We got 2, and I planted 2. And one is doing good. One is pretty small, so we'll see if it is also sprouting, coming back. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. The rose that I think I might have killed, we ended up digging it up and planting it in a little bit higher of a spot because water was getting to, like it was getting flooded, and so that's not good for the roots, so we planted it up a little higher. I did the same thing with the honeysuckle bush, and I was excited to see, not honeysuckle, hummingbird bush. I was excited to see that bare root plant, because the bare root plants are really discouraging. I look at them and they look like they're dead. So I'm like, oh, I hope something's going on under the ground. I hope the roots are growing. But I ended up moving that hummingbird bush and the root had grown about this much. So I know that doesn't sound like much, but I was excited that there was actually growth going on down there. So I think moving the rose bush and the hummingbird bush up a little bit higher will be really good for them. So I just wanted to update you on that too. And if there's anything else going on, I don't think so. My blackberry bush looks sad. It got stepped on by a cow. Thankfully we got our fence up, so I don't think any more cows will be getting in here. We do need to get our gate up, but there's plenty of fence that it really deters them. So it got stepped on, so I don't know, it got cracked and it's looking a little weird. But I'm hoping that the roots are doing their thing underneath the ground. I don't know. And then the raspberry bush and the gooseberry bush look a little sad too, but I'm just crossing my fingers and hoping that something's going on under the ground because they are getting watered. And yeah, bare root crops stress me out because I'm like, are you gonna grow? And I've failed. I've tried grapes in the past and I failed with those, with the bare root crops from Tractor Supply. Maybe I should try from a different company. And I've gotten a blackberry bush every year, and every year I kill it. One year I tried to keep it inside to get it to bloom out a little before I planted it outside. The first year I got them, I planted them directly outside and it just killed them off right away. So I don't know. Maybe berry bushes just are not in my future. Here's where my smaller cherry tree is planted, and I didn't get the grass out from it yet. But here is my second cherry tree, and it's really bushing out, and I got the grass all cleaned up from around it this morning, which is what I'm going to be doing to all my trees today. Here's a better view. You can see all that growth. I'm not sure if I should trim the stem that's dormant, but I'm just going to leave it for now because I don't know exactly what to do. But all that growth at the bottom is very encouraging. Here's one of my peach trees. It is getting a lot of leaves and looking really full and nice. They are all looking like that, which is really exciting. This one got eaten down all the way by rabbits or a cow, I'm not sure. which one got it because the cage got knocked over. But anyway, I left it and it's totally blooming out, so it's just a lot shorter than the others, but I think it's going to be okay, and I'm glad I left it. This one's not looking as good as the others, but it is looking okay. Here's one that I think for sure needs pruning. I think I'm going to make sure and just cut it down to the 2 branches instead of letting any little branches come off on the edges. And look at this one. I'm just so thrilled that this project is working. It's pretty exciting. And this one is doing really well too. And here's the last one. Here's the gooseberry bush. Like I said, it's looking like sad, but hopefully something's going on under the ground. I don't know. The last thing I'll show you is this little pear tree. I started it in the same way that I started my peach trees, and it is coming back up. And it was looking really bushy and good last season, so I think it's gonna do well as well. this is really cool. So I went ahead, this is actually turning into bark, like tree bark. It is really cool. Last year, the plant, so this is a peach tree. Last year, the plant was just this kind of material, this green material. Like, almost like a brand new stem when like a tomato or a pepper is growing. It feels like that, but down here is actual like tree trunk. So I can see the growth that happened last year. And I went ahead and pruned off all of these little leaves all the way up that bark area. So I don't know if that's what I should have done, but I want the tree to put more energy into the top part. So I did that. But I just thought that was so cool. And I wonder if the camera is getting it very well. But that all right there is like, it's like bark. Really, really neat. Now I'll put the cage back on. This is the first peach tree I did. I'll go to the next one. This one has two branches that are kind of going crooked, so I put a twig and a stone here to kind of separate them to get those two branches to grow up and separate. So that's what's going on with this one. That does it for today. It's getting windy. I don't know if you can tell. We have some other plans to do this afternoon with some friends, but I wanted to show you we got the rhubarb done, I got the sunchokes, and I watered them all in, and then I got all of the trees pruned and weeded around them. So I'll probably have to weed them a lot during the summer and everything, but anyway, I hope you can hear me. It's very windy. Thanks for hanging out with us today. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Oh, I guess if you're liking our channel, please like and subscribe. I guess I'll say that too. Okay. All right. That's silly. Bye.